We have an exciting guest today. As you all know, I've been taking guitar lessons during the year at the New York City Guitar School, and I recruited Shane Chapman, and I also brought in some of my classmates, and so we're going to learn a little bit about the New York City Guitar School, Shane, and some of the classmates that I have, Andrea and Laura. So here we are. Shane
Hello.
Chapman, thank you so much for joining in.
I'm on TV.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Everybody thought it was a joke that I was asking about coming into my show, but I thought, I really appreciate everyone taking me seriously.
Yeah, of course.
Coming
Thank you for
into
having
the show.
us. Mm-hmm.
And you've lost so much weight just even since the last. What's your secret? I've been trying to lose weight for 20 years.
I just quit drinking beer so much.
Yeah, beer. And you won a 5K recently, I understand.
Yeah, technically I did. I won a 5K.
Yeah.
It was about half the people walked, so it was
Made
really
it
fun. It
easy
was kind of
for
an
you.
unofficial race, but it was the only way that I was going to do that. So
Great.
it works for me. Yeah.
Well, welcome. Well, we all love you as our teacher.
Thank you.
Professor Shane. And I've been fortunate enough to have you for the last, for the first 3 classes. We're going to be heading into Guitar 4. And it's just really amazing. The person that referred me to the school said if you show up for class, you do the homework, you're going to learn how to play the guitar.
Yeah.
And I just even in the first class, I've learned so much more than what I did 30 years ago when I started playing. I took about 6 months worth of lessons, and it was finger picking only. And I've learned so many chords and things, music theory. It's just incredible the program that you guys have.
Thank you.
At the school.
Yeah, three 10-week courses. You're coming up on the end of the 3rd one now, so that's 30 weeks that you've been playing guitar now.
Yeah.
And you're killing it.
Yeah, great. That's great. So how did you find the school? I understand you're originally from Seattle and you have a band yourself. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I moved from the Northwest, and basically I was looking for some work in New York because I was just like looking for a change, and I thought, I'll try New York out for a year or so. That was like 9 years ago. And I found an ad on Craigslist, actually. They were looking for a teacher at the time, and I came in, and they tapped me to be the Brooklyn Guitar School director. We got 4 locations.
Okay.
So I was there. I did that for about 5 years, and it feels like I've been through every job since then. Now I'm doing the online stuff, and I teach once a week, as you know.
Oh, so
on
we're
Mondays.
really lucky to have you.
Yeah, I'm only in there on Mondays to teach.
Wow.
So I'm only doing 2 classes right now, and then I do the online classes. We've got a bunch of all of our classes that you've taken are represented in online videos, so you can take them from anywhere in the world.
Well, it's really, really helpful for me because I just am like a deer in a headlight sometimes, and it really helps to go home and reinforce the class, through the online services, and it's really, really, really helpful.
Yeah.
Really, and I mean, even simple things like how to change the strings on your guitar has helped me understand things that maybe we not necessarily cover in class right away because we're focused on other things, but then something that I've always been curious about. So, I mean, the range of classes are amazing. See, I was around many, many years ago to take the bass class.
Yeah.
I learned the bass.
I didn't know that.
Yes, that's how I'm part of the old timers, old school.
That's right.
So what happened was, so I was around maybe, I don't know, 7 years ago. So I remember how you guys started out, and and all the little, and I was like, came back a few years later. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's before we ever had any online classes or anything. So now you can come into the school. You can order the book online. We have a great Guitar for Absolute Beginners is our curriculum. There's 5 classes. Yeah. And you can go to nycguitarschool.com to find us in Midtown or Brooklyn or Queens or Upper East Side.
Yeah, it's really amazing how you've expanded. And one of the things that I've taken the vocal class.
That's right. Yeah, that I did know.
Yeah, and I can't tell you how much I've searched around for like a beginner how to learn to sing.
Yeah.
And you guys had the class I was looking for, and it really, really helped me just learn to hear my voice and develop my voice. So I can't wait to take more classes and whatever.
Those classes are amazing. Like guitar, it's just like you put your finger there and you press it down and you get the note you want. But vocals, it's like teaching vocals. I don't know how they do it. We've got really great teachers.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, all around. And now, in addition to the acoustic guitar, you have the bass guitar. You teach. What are the other electives that you have at the school?
We've got a 5-course bass class from beginner to advanced. We've got electives. We've got guitar ensembles where people dig into like 2 or 3 songs over 10 weeks and really learn them. And when people get done with some of our electives like lead guitar and ensembles and finger picking, they often end up in a rock band, which is usually an 8-week program where on the 8th week you play a show. Lately we've been doing them at Delancey, the Delancey and Lower East Side, and you get together and have a drummer and a bass player, and you're in a rock band.
That's
So,
great.
Yeah.
And do you have programs for children as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
we've got guitar for kids and teens. Those run on the semester basis, and they're weekly classes as well that also end with a big show at the end. So kids 8 to 17, and we've got Suzuki for kids that are younger than that. So there's a spot for everyone, for every age group.
Well, I think it's really important for people to have some music, understanding music and theory, and you cover so much of it in class. I mean, you're very very sophisticated with your knowledge and experience, and you'll throw zoom, it's like whoa.
Yeah.
And by the time we cover it in class, we've had a foundation of something, say, like the introduction to music theory.
Yeah, all the teachers who have gone and to conservatories or Berkeley. We have a lot of Berkeley teachers from Boston up there. They'd love to talk about theory. It's like anytime anybody asks, it's like they light up. But not everybody wants to learn about theory, and it's not a big part of the the first 5 courses.
Okay.
But yeah, anytime somebody wants to know what the 7 means in an A7, I'm always very excited to talk about it.
That's great.
Yeah.
So can you tell me just a little bit, how do I get in a band? I mean, how many courses do I need to take?
Yeah.
What would you recommend for me?
Well, there's a Rock Band 101, which is for students. This is actually a program that's been more popular than we had ever expected. There's a lot of people who want to be in a rock band, but who are just not that interested in actually performing, So we have a lot of people who they come and they do the 8 weeks, and instead of the 8th week being a performance, they just learn the songs and they kind of play them for themselves. And you don't have to have too much, you don't have to be too advanced to get into one of those. Basically just bar chords is the hurdle that we're working on right now in intermediate beginners. And once you get that out of the way, then you're ready to be in a rock band pretty much.
That's really exciting. I thought I might have to go through like guitar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 before
you should definitely keep taking classes with me. I'm not saying that you're, but
I have already signed up for guitar 4. Yeah.
We have students who are doing classes and in a rock band at the same time.
Oh, really?
And doing vocal lessons. There's students who are there 3-4 times a week.
It's a wonderful, wonderful school, and I know how much it's developed. From the beginning, and I really, congratulations to you and your team and the owner, Dan.
Thanks to students like you.
Yay. Yeah. And now you're here on TV.
And now,
well, I think it's time for us to head over to the performance area, and we're going to meet some of my classmates, Andrea and Laura, and we're all going to perform for you. So let's come on over. Laura.
Hey.
Oh, I'm Andrea.
Hi.
Laura. Hi. Great. How did you guys find the school, New York City Guitar School?
Well, I was in Queens. I went to Astoria because I have a background in guitar when I was a child, and I needed to be kind of tested to see which level I was in, so it was intermediate level. And they didn't have a group like that in Queens, in Astoria, so they said, well, there's one in Midtown.
Okay.
Like, of course, just a train ride, and that's how I met everybody else.
Yeah.
All of you, yeah.
And so you just started with our Lesson 3 group, right?
Right,
You came
right.
in and you did as well?
I did as well,
How did you
yeah.
find us?
So I've played basic guitar for a really long time, but never took formal lessons, and have, it's always been on sort of my bucket list. And so I was just sort of Googling guitar schools. I wanted a group environment, and New York City Guitar School had some really great Yelp reviews.
Yes,
So decided to do it and dive in.
Great, yeah. We were really friendly to everybody when they joined in. We didn't treat them like outsiders.
Yeah.
You were very nice.
We talked to you in the lobby. Be nice to Laura. We've already talked with her.
Ginger friended me on Facebook, I think, in the first 5 minutes of class.
Oh,
so it was very nice.
yeah. Great. So what do we have on the schedule for today? You guys were rehearsing before the show. And
well, I understand there's some kind of a...
it's my mom's birthday.
It's your mom's birthday.
Yeah. Her name is Ethel. So
Ethel.
can we do a happy birthday to my mom?
Let's do
Sure.
it, yeah.
Yay.
Okay, here we go. Happy
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ethel.
everybody. I can't say how old she is, but she's a little past 39. So what else we have? You guys were practicing
Let's
before
see.
class.
Okay, we got some CCR that we can do. Now this, we worked on this a little bit while you were setting up. So, so it's new for us. It'll be brand new for you. You'll be winging it, I guess. But yeah, it's using what we call the alternate strum with a scratch, which is a percussive technique where you use your instrument as a percussion instrument. I'm going to use it.
That's okay. I'm fine.
Here. So we're going to start, this is in the key of C. We're going to start out at the top, the intro, A minor. Ready? 1, 2, and 3, and 4. C, couple of bars of C. And here's the verse. Someone told me long ago there's a calm before the storm. I know it's been coming for some time, and it's over, so they say. It'll rain a sunny day, and I know shining down like water. Here's the chorus. F. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? F. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down someday? G. Okay, here we go. Second verse. C. Yesterday and days before, sun is cold and rain is hot, and I know been that way for all my time, till forever on it goes, through the circle fast and slow, and I know it can't stop. I wonder. Another chorus. F. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down sunny day? One more chorus, back to F. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down sunny day? And one more G, and a C.
Wow, congratulations. Like, he got that workout, the music
That's
out.
true. This is brand new.
Brand
Brand new
new.
jam for us.
Look
Yeah,
at so
we
it just
all
goes
learned
to
it on the spot, right?
yeah.
But that's the cool thing about like all the techniques that we learn in these classes is that you can kind of, instead of learning how to play one song, you learn how to play one song that teaches you how to play kind of every song. So this is a really common, this technique of scratching. You can play actually every CCR song with that, pretty much.
That's
They-
really
They're really
cool.
big on scratching. So
Yeah, you've learned a lot. What is the most important thing that you've learned so far from class?
Oh, that's a great question. I have to say, I just love the music theory. I think, learning about diatonic chord progressions. You made the point that if you learn a little bit of music theory, your ear gets better, and when you're listening to music, you can sort of pick out, what they're doing. And
Yeah.
so for me, that's been awesome.
I think you have a class to help with hearing by ear.
there's a songwriter circle.
Okay.
And It's great. I have a curriculum for the songwriting class, and we have a really great teacher named Lenny who also has a songwriting class, and they're different classes. And one of them is really focused on lyrics and the art of lyric writing, and mine is focused a little bit more on chords and learning how to write songs kind of, almost formulaically, like you can kind of just apply actually the same principles that Bach used, like 16th century composers used to write pop songs today.
Oh, wow.
So,
That's interesting.
yeah.
And what about you, Andrea?
I've been learning a lot of music theory. I didn't know about the diatonic two, the suspended chords, which were very, very interesting because some of the sounds that it makes, I've seen that before, but I never actually knew what it was or why it's there in between certain chords. But he explained it really well. It's like, okay, it doesn't feel like it's finished, like there's something
Suspension.
suspended, right?
Dramatic.
And you're so patient with us, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
so we ask all these questions, and you can see from across the room that I have my finger on the wrong string.
And you have to explain it again because I
Yeah.
didn't quite get that.
And then I understand that you took one of the assignments home. You took one of his instructions home, and you
Yeah.
created a song.
Well, he gave us the assignment to write a song, and I kind of took it seriously. And I put it together, the chords, and I played for us in class, and then after actually I learned about the arpeggios, then I changed the verses to put the arpeggios in there. It just sounded better, I think, a little softer, and then I left the chorus with the original rhythm that I had when I wrote the song. It's a very simple song, but I think it just sounds better,
Yeah. And for the viewers at home, the to arpeggiate a chord just means that you're picking out individual notes instead of strumming. Right? It's just a fancy way of saying picking out the notes of a chord.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
So, and you brought the song in for us to play today? Yeah. I think
Yes,
that's pretty cool.
I'll play it, but okay, let's see. I would like you guys to join me in the chorus because the chorus is very simple, okay? So the chorus is just a G, and it's this rhythm, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and so 1, 2, 3, 4, and B, 2, 3, 4, and C, and G. And then the other verses, because it has a barcode, it has a B minor, I think it might be, I don't know, maybe not, but you haven't...
We're still working on those.
Working on that, right? Yeah. So I'll
come in
play
on the
the
chorus.
verses and you come in on the chorus.
Okay, fine. Okay, good.
All right?
Drum roll. Ready for your solo.
All right, so premiere of my song, all right? So, once I saw us dancing in the moonlight and the stars were there dancing with us too. We were young, we had each other's back, we tell each other secrets that we'll never tell. Chorus. Oh, sorry, the moon. The dance and us. Oh, the stars. The stars. The dance and us. Now we're old, we have our silver hats. We laugh at the old times, 'cause love was all we had. Children now are grown, but little ones keep coming, asking us about the moonlight dance. Oh, the moon, the dance and us. Oh, the stars, the dance and us. La 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 la.
Yay, we did it.
Thank Thank you for joining me. That was
Love
wonderful.
it. So beautiful.
Thanks. We'll record one day. You're gonna be my
Assistant producer?
Second. You're gonna be the producer. You're gonna be the. What do you call that when you have another voice?
Co-writer?
No.
The backup vocals?
Backup vocals.
Backup or together vocals, and you're gonna be maybe we're gonna do a male part in there.
I think I would like to play the drums on this one, actually.
Oh, okay.
Just take it solo,
That's
kind of
it.
middle,
That's it. We'll have
song
to come
sing.
back then.
And you were saying something about arpeggios. Is that before
Yeah.
we started the class? What did you say? Could you say
Yeah,
that again?
it's so we've been working on a class or two ago. We were working on this concept of arpeggios, which means that normally when you're strumming along, sounds like that. You're just hitting the all the strings at once. But when you arpeggiate a chord, it's just a fancy way of saying you're picking out the individual notes. So an example would be Green Day, "Time of Your Life." Picking up the different notes of the chord, same kind of rhythm, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up. And it's just another rhythmic thing in your toolkit of things that you can use to make a song interesting, and you leverage that excellently. So,
Oh,
good.
thank you. I had a good teacher.
Yeah, we all love Shane. Yeah.
And you just made my 90s heart so happy.
No, just yeah. Remind me, we'll work on that on Monday.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful. That's going to be our last class of this
Of
semester.
this round, yeah, week 10 for us.
Yeah.
It's been they fly by, don't they?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really do. And you look back over the weeks and it's like, wow, I've learned so much. That's what's amazing to me. Are you heading into class 4, guitar 4 in
I
January?
am, definitely.
It's perfect. Let's put people on the spot right here.
Yeah.
Like, you'll be in the next class, right?
No, definitely. It's just so great. And also going to class, we're playing with other people, which is, for me the best part. Because playing with other people, you get to practice here. We learn from each other too a little bit. But, it's better than, you can do things with you too, but it's better to be live with other people, I think.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. And that's one of the the founding principles of the guitar school is that we don't teach music information, which is just free, on YouTube. But we're actually out to coach personal greatness in one lesson at a time, and really kind of empower people to not only play the songs that they love, but to teach themselves songs that they might love in the future.
Yeah.
That was actually when I first came into New York City guitar school. I didn't know what to expect, and I remember walking into the waiting room, and there were total beginners doing very simple versions of 90s alt rock, and then there were little finger picking, and it was there really was a place for no matter what level you're at for you to
Yeah.
do what you love.
After lesson 1 at the first 10 weeks, we had a performance, and we were all so nervous, and we went into the lobby, and there was all these other students, there waiting for their class to come up, and we had an audience, and it was videotaped. It was really a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guitar Workshop is great. The next level, the level 4 class, is one of the most fun classes.
Great.
It's all about learning songs, because a lot of times we'll learn a song and do kind of the beginner version of it. But in the next level, we're going to be able to do stuff in the original key, often with the exact strumming pattern, and really spend a little more time on each song, really working on them and learning them just as they are on the albums.
One of the things that I thought was amazing to me was that there are so many strumming patterns. It was just so amazing to me. And so now I really understand a lot of guitars, because I'm a big live music fan, and I really enjoy going out. And now I understand what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I hope to be there one day. I want to be a rock star.
Big difference, right? When you understand what you're doing.
Hit the open mic.
So we actually only have about, another 3 minutes to go, but I understand we have a few more songs. We have a John Lennon song, right? Happy Christmas?
Yeah, we've
that
got
we
this
can perform.
seasonally appropriate song here
Yeah.
that we worked on a couple weeks ago. My favorite Christmas song, it's in 6/8, and it's in the key of G, if you want to follow along at home with the harmonica.
Could I ask one question?
Yeah.
What makes you decide to put a song in, say, a key of G versus a key of C?
Good question, because in particular for this one, which I think is originally in the key of A, but when what we were talking about earlier, the diatonic chords, and every key has a family of chords that go along with that key. And for the key of G, it's G, A minor, there's a B minor, C, D, E minor, all chords that are simple open chords. So when we're teaching a a class of people who are just learning how to play guitar, it makes a lot of sense to put something into a key where the chords end up being nice open chords as opposed to too many like bar chords or tricky chords like that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to end the show, everybody, with Happy Christmas. And I want to thank you all for joining in this afternoon's show. This is Ginger New York. We're here every Friday afternoon at 2 p.m. And I want to thank Shane Chapman, who's the Director of Online Services at New York City Guitar School, and my classmates Laura and Andrea for coming in today.
Thank you.
Thanks
We
for
want to
having
wish
us.
you a
Thank
happy
you.
Merry Christmas and holiday season. And
Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
Yes, Merry
yeah.
Christmas,
And
everybody.
Hanukkah, have to represent
Yeah,
the
all of
Jews.
us.
yes,
All
that's
of
right.
us,
yeah.
Happy Hanukkah. Yeah, we have to cover everything. Yes.
All
We
right.
are all inclusive.
Here we go.
So,
1, 2, 3. So this is Christmas. What have you done? Another year over. A new one just begun. So this is Christmas. I hope you have fun. Here in the dear one, the old and the young. Very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any fear. So this is Christmas, the weekend for strong, the rich and the poor ones. Oh, it's so wrong. It's so happy Christmas, dark and for a while. The yellow and red one, let's start for the fire. And Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any fear. War is over if you want it. War is over now. War is over if you want it. War is over
yay!
War's over.
Yay! Great. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Wasn't that?
Thank
yeah.
you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you.
I'll take one of those.
Yay! Yay!
All right.
Yay! Can we all wave goodbye?
Bye. Happy Christmas.